Hello, good evening. The Archbishop of York, Dr. John Habgood, has called for Thanksgiving services to be held around the country this weekend to thank God that the fighting in the Gulf is over. He said people had never believed it was a religious war or jihad.
People have seen that this has basically been a political conflict, that it's been about aggression and not about religion. And I hope now that Christians and Muslims, both in this country and worldwide, can work together in creating a stable peace.
Meanwhile, support groups around the region have been celebrating the ceasefire. In Doncaster, women handed out yellow ribbons outside a supermarket, but they said they'll still be anxious until their men are safely home. And while the troops remain in the desert, they'll continue raising money to buy supplies for them. Derbyshire County Council has decided to axe around 2,000 jobs in a bid to make savings of £28 million to avoid charge capping. The biggest cut is in the education budget, which loses more than £16.5 million. But there'll be no redundancies among the county's firefighters, who'd warned of a national strike if any of their jobs were threatened. Two South Yorkshire pits, Barnsley Main and Dearne Valley, have been earmarked for closure with a loss of more than 700 mining jobs. British Coal says there'll be no compulsory redundancies. The Chief Fire Officer for South Yorkshire, Harry Wright, is resigning. He's given no reason for his decision, but it comes as the service faces major cuts and is involved in industrial action. A man has been charged in connection with the death of Sedley Sullivan, who died at the Chapeltown Carnival in Leeds last August. The man, who was arrested in Manchester, will appear before Leeds magistrates tomorrow. Well, that's it from us tonight, but just a reminder that your local BBC radio station will be on the air until midnight with a full roundup of regional news in a moment at 10 o'clock. The national weather picture tonight comes from John Kettley. From me, a very good night.
Good evening. Something like 1.5 inches of rain or sleet at Aberdeen today, easily the wettest place in Britain, all because of this weather front which has been really crawling across the country during today, and it's still crawling on its hands and knees, I think. That's where it'll be at lunchtime tomorrow. Much quieter conditions coming in from the west, a nice ridge there. That means to say for most of us tomorrow it's going to be really quite a spring-like day. Little bits of sleet and snow still up in the Highlands, gradually diminishing as we go through tomorrow, but still around the Northern Isles for much of Friday. And eventually behind me here, you can see the next band of rain coming into Ireland by about 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Well, tonight, still a fair amount of cloud around, but it's melting away all the time. Still some rain and sleet up in that northeastern corner of the country, probably confined to the extreme northeast by tomorrow morning, but as skies clear behind it, it is going to turn pretty foggy. Some freezing fog patches around as well. A lot of surface water about, of course, in the north of Britain there, so that fog will develop quite readily. Still a few showers left around western coast. That's where temperatures probably will stay just above freezing. But inland tonight, a fairly widespread frost, some icy roads to watch out for by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow then, a bit of a misty and foggy start in some places, but plenty of sunshine on offer as well. Certainly much greyer as you head north, and still that rain and sleet way up in the far northeast of Scotland. Much of that will eventually die out as we go through the day. Still around in Shetland though. 1 or 2 showers developing, some heavier ones down the western side of Scotland there, and further showers around the southwestern parts of the British Isles. Now in the sunshine, with very light winds generally speaking, it won't be at all bad tomorrow, around about 6 to 8 degrees, not excitingly high, but of course in the sun, and with those winds being generally light, it won't feel at all bad, but the wind's still fairly brisk up there in the far northeast. Let's look on to the weekend then. Things are going to change once again, but to begin with, we've got some freezing fog patches to clear away from eastern Britain on Friday night, Saturday morning. Out in the west there you will find some rain, preceded by sleet and snow coming into western parts, and that rain pushing across the whole country during Saturday, followed by brighter showery weather. A mixture of sunshine and showers then for Sunday, the heavier ones are the wintry ones up in the north, and that's it.